So, Caitlin Clark was talking in an interview about Kate Martin. Obviously, she was mentioning Unrivaled. She was talking about how much Kate Martin has improved as a player. But one surprising enough thing was that for the first time, obviously, Caitlin was talking about how she would like to play with Aaliyah Boston maybe when she was, well, once the Fever got the number one overall pick. She kept talking about that almost like because she knew she was going to be number one. But like, there has been no talk really of Caitlin trying to recruit anybody, trying to get players in. And maybe, honestly, short term, I don't think there is. But long term, she talked about how she does want to play with Kate Martin. And if you guys do want to see that, subscribe. We're trying to hit 40,000. We're just trying to gain that one subscriber back. Let's be real. That's all we're trying to do at this stage. But this is what Caitlin Clark said. Okay. Let me sort.
She's getting a little more run and getting to play and playing free. And I think people are just seeing her confidence grow and grow. So just like I said, I'm really happy for her. And, hopefully I can recruit her to the Fever somehow, some way one day. Who knows? I'm going to try to figure that out. I don't know. But it's my goal at some point in my career to team up with Kate again.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens. People don't get too excited.
We got a few years on that too.
Yeah.
And she'll be making her mark too. Plus, who knows? You might like playing against her just as much as
that's true.
Being her teammate.
We need to have that little beef and that little battle. So we might have to keep her away from us just so we can keep going at her.
So yeah, that is Caitlin Clark talking about playing with Kate Martin. We'd love to see Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark getting a band back together. Kate lieutenant, Caitlin and Kate being teammates getting the futures written the stars. Do you know if Kate's gonna be a Caitlin's jersey retirement? Highly unlikely. Kate said she loved living in San Francisco. Honestly, I think Caitlin Clark is probably happier seeing, especially early on in her career, Kate Martin making a name for herself. Like, as good as Kate Martin was, like, Kate Martin was even talking about it when she was in Iowa, basically being about the huge crowds. She was like, oh, well, in a few more weeks, we're just going to be regular people again. So it's kind of cool. And it's like, I do think Caitlin Clark wants to see Kate Martin not be Caitlin Clark's teammate or Caitlin Clark's friend. I think she would rather see Kate Martin make it up by herself. And when she gets to that stage, then recruit her. Then recruit her when it's no longer, oh, Caitlin Clark's. She's only in the league because of Caitlin Clark. Which is like people literally thought she only made the Dallas or the Vegas Aces team because of Caitlin Clark. And it's like, no, she might start for the Valkyries. And the Valkyries aren't going to be the worst team in the W next year. They're going to be not very good, but they're not going to be the worst team. And she might start for the Valkyries. She's been hooping in Unrivaled. Like, if there was a quote-unquote rookie of the year, which there's not going to be in Unrivaled, Kate Martin has been the best of all the rookies. Rakia had one good game. Kate Martin's had 3 solid ones. And if there was a young player of the year, which is like players under 24, I think she would be second after, unless there's someone I'm missing, she'd be second after Ryan Howard probably in that type of award, if that was a thing. But yeah, that would be a really interesting one. And the fact is, the Fever could have taken her. And like, look, there were a lot of players the Fever could have taken in the second round that I would have thought were really bad picks. They actually took a good one. Lynn Dunn made a good pick. And like most times Lynn Dunn makes a good pick, she cuts that pick. Like in 2022, like she made 3 picks: Nalissa, Emily Engsler, and Lexie Hull. Lexie Hull and Nalissa looks bad now, but it was a good pick at the time. I'm not going to complain too much about that. But like, if this team, Emily Engsler would be the starting power forward in this team. This team literally needs a tough, rebounding, versatile shooter and defending shooter. That's literally Emily Engsler, and they cut her after her rookie year. They're still paying Emily Engsler, I'm pretty sure, are they? Are they still paying Emily Engsler? They might be still paying Emily Engsler. I'm not joking. Maybe they only paid her for that year. Like they literally paid Celeste Taylor's contract last year. They were paying Celeste Taylor to play against them. Like, and Celeste Taylor, if they had Celeste Taylor backing up Lexie Hull, she would be getting burned. She was getting burned for, at the time, a much better team than Indiana and Phoenix. Like, Celeste Taylor was starting games for Phoenix. That's how good Celeste Taylor has been. Celeste Taylor's going to make the roster next year for Phoenix Mercury. She's 100 times better than Christy Wallace. Christy Sides, I'm never going to forgive you. Lynn Dunn, I'm never going to forgive you with that. But like, obviously, Kate Martin would have been great to have picked, even just for basketball reasons. Like, this team could really do with Kate Martin. Like, as much as whatever Celeste Taylor brings, because Celeste Taylor can't shoot the ball, she is a D and no 3 player. But Kate Martin can shoot the ball. She can shoot the ball. Sorry, lads. Kind of rolled my ankle there. Somehow sitting down. Kind of, well, not rolled my ankle. I kind of kicked something and... Yeah, sorry, lads. But, yeah, well, Kate Martin's been doing Unrivaled is great. And I do think Caitlin Clark's probably happier that it's happening away from her. Actually, it's a couple of seasons they can play against each other. And I do think there will be a time... They'll play together. They will certainly. I think there is a certainty that Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin end up playing together. And like, look, that would be cool. That would be really cool. I mean, they'll be the top 2 in jersey sales without question, that whatever year they do decide to team up. But it would be very, very cool to see Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark playing with each other on the basketball court again sometime in the next whatever number of years. Could be 1 year, could be 2, could be 10 for all we know, depending on how long these players last. But it would be cool to see the two of them on the court. And Kate Martin's hooping and Unrivaled. I think Kate Martin's going to have a long career in the W, because there are not that many players that play defense and shoot threes. There's actually not. Like, Bridget Carlton, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Bridget Carlton, Kayla McBride, Leonie Fibich. Like, there are players that score and play defense like Kat Copper and Jackie Young, but Jackie Young doesn't really shoot that many threes. Not a bad shooter, but she doesn't shoot that many. Jackie Young, yeah, you know, put Jackie Young in that conversation. And then I really don't know. Like, Michaela Onyenwere has the potential to eventually do that. There are so few 3 and D players. There are a lot of defensive players, and there are a lot of D and no 3 players and 3 and no D players. Like, those players, both of those archetypes exist, but like very few 3 and D players, and Kate Martin is one of them. They're just, for some reason, one of the most important archetypes in basketball and just undervalued in the WNBA. So yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys have preferred Kate Martin to have been drafted by the Fever? Or are you guys happy that she played with the Aces? Did pretty okay to start the year. And then it got to say she wasn't playing. People were annoyed. And then people were like, oh, she's not really a WNBA player. She's there because of Caitlin. Now she's hooping on Unrivaled. And probably going to go and start for the Valkyries. I think all of that's probably been a good thing all in all for Kate Martin's career. And it probably will end up being a good thing by the time her career is done. So anyway, yeah. That is the video, lads. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.